Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
Strategic back again. I got a mouthful of what is M&Ms or something. I'm trying to do an intro. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Sorry for being late, people. Welcome to another edition of True Crime Strategic. I'm late because oh my God, I'm dying. My boss called me at the last minute. And they're basically ordering me to work on Sunday night. I'm supposed to work Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm choking because I have this M&M in my mouth. It's like I'm discombobulated today. Hold on. All right, Aki's going to be mad because she's like, you got to be professional, strategic. I'm sorry. I put so much time in the day, okay? I got to multitask on top of multitasking. Okay, so I'm supposed to work Sunday morning this week, but due to crime trends and whatever, they force us detectives to go and assist patrol at times because they don't have enough cops out there. So it takes us away from our investigative duties to then just go do basic policing and presence, you know? Hey, some people might look at that and say, oh, you know, it's a good idea. I think that when you have specialized units like narco and homicide and special victims, we should not be taken away from our task to go and do regular policing. That's just my opinion. I'm a nobody, right? So I just follow orders. So that's what resulted in us being late. And so I apologize for that. But we're here, and we're going to be talking about a really crazy story today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Kouri Richins story. This is a woman who basically murdered her husband and then wrote a children's book about loss and grief. Capitalized, like literally capitalized off of murdering her husband and fooled everybody in the process. And so she has been adjudicated. She's been found guilty. And I've decided that this is the time for us to talk about this. So let's jump into this, guys. Please make sure you hit that like button, support the channel so we can get into the algorithm. But this is a story that needs to be shared. And guys, by the way, I'm going to be talking about Julio Fulio on the Patreon. So all you Patreon members, look out for that live. We're going to talk about Julio Fulio, which is a rapper who was killed. And his trial, the trial for his murderers was just bananas. And I think there's a lesson to be learned in that. So let's jump into this, guys. Kouri Richins.
3 a.m.
911, what's the address of the emergency? My husband's not breathing. He's cold. Okay, tell me exactly what happened. I don't know. I just came in. I was sleeping with my kids. Okay, I can't understand you. I need you to take a deep breath. What's going on?
All right, I'm so sorry, guys. You guys know I'm like discombobulated right now. I'm going to catch up, though. You guys know on this channel, we don't use other people's material unless we shout them out. So I apologize to this very large channel who put this documentary, I should say, together. And it's a big shout out to Truly Criminal. Once again, Truly Criminal, who put this documentary together. A big shout out to them. Go over to their channel, watch it. Definitely give them some clicks and views and some likes. And if you decide to go over there, make sure you let them know that True Crime with Strategic sent you so that they know that I'm not just reacting to their material, but I'm showing respect to their art. All right? I'm very, very big on that. It's not easy to do what I do. It's not easy to do what they do or any other YouTuber. This is not an easy job. So when somebody, whether it's another YouTuber or whoever, uses that material, you got to show respect. You got to pay homage. So big shout out to Truly Criminal for putting this together. Let's keep going.
I don't know. I was sleeping in with my kids. I just came in our bed, and I turned over, and he's just cold. He's just cold. Who's cold? My husband. And he's not breathing? He's not breathing? No. I need you to confirm it for me. Is he not breathing? No. Okay, can you do CPR? No. You don't know. I'm going to tell you how to. Are you willing to do CPR?
You know, this is the thing, right? Everybody experiences trauma differently. Everybody experiences trauma differently. But is it just me, or can you tell? Because we see this time and time again. Like, this happens a lot where the perpetrators will end the life of the victim and then they'll call 911 as though it was an accident or they just discovered it and they don't know what's going on. But can't we all tell when it's a lie? It's like it stands out to you. You could just tell. Like, do you know how to do CPR? No. Are you willing to do it? No. I'm scared. Like, it doesn't matter how coy you are. It doesn't matter how shy you are. It doesn't matter what anxiety you suffer from. If your loved one needs help, most people are gonna step up to the plate and at least try. It's always the smurderers who's like, no and no. No, I don't know how to do it. And no, I don't want to do it because I'm scared. Always the smurderers that do that. Be little kids like, okay, a toddler's trying to do CPR, but a grown person's like, nope, don't know how to do it, and I'm scared, I'm not going to do it. They're always guilty, always. Let's keep going.
Yeah, okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? Okay, are you right by your husband right now? Yes, he's so pale.
911 answered the phone to Kouri Richins. Her husband Eric was in their bedroom, cold and not breathing.
Okay, listen carefully. Are you able to lay him on the floor on the ground? On the ground? I can't.
I can't lift it. See, nobody says they can't. They just try because they love that person. And like somebody said in the chat, it's not authentic. Like, I remember when my brother passed away, God rest his soul, and I think somebody broke it to me. It's so traumatizing. I don't even remember who broke it. I don't know if it was I think my sister broke it to me or whatever. And I'm talking to my boss because I'm on my way up to Albany to do an interrogation on an officer who was having intercourse with an inmate. And I had him dead to rights. And I've been preparing for this case for a long time. This was my time to question him. And as we're going up, I get the call. I'm driving up the 87, the New York State Thruway. I call my boss up after my sister tells me, and I say, hey, boss, what's going on? He said, what's up? Everything good? I was like, listen, we're going to have to cancel the interrogation today. I got to go down to New York City. He was like, why? What happened? I said, my brother's dead. I just lost it, just like that. I'm not even making fun of it. It just was kinetic. I couldn't control it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. Like, with this measured, that's not how people truly deal with instant grief. Maybe later on, right? Maybe after, you've cried a few times. But like when you're dealing with that instant shock of grief, it's almost uncontrollable. So even me, this big old guy who rarely cries in his life, like I said everything normal. You would think I did something. And then it just, as soon as I had to say brother, it was over. I'm screaming and I'm crying like a little baby. That's real grief. This is fake. Let's keep going.
I can't. You can do it. You can do it. You need to calm down. Okay? We need to help them. I can guide you through CPR. Take a deep breath for me. I'm here with you. He doesn't have a pulse. He doesn't have a pulse? No. If you need to put me on speaker, put me on speaker. I'm going to guide you through CPR, okay? Okay. I'm here with you. You're not able to move him to the floor? Go out. Don't come in here. Oh my God, my sister. You're not able to move him to the floor? Just listen carefully. We just need to get him on the floor. Don't worry about hurting them. No, he's just too heavy.
Okay. Come on. He's just too heavy. You get on the bed and you freaking kick him off the bed to get on the floor if you have to. You do whatever you have to do. You would do whatever you have to do. She doesn't want to do it because she knows she's guilty. And we know she's guilty. Keep going.
Authorities rushed to the house, but by the time they got there, it was too late. At 3:58 a.m., Eric was pronounced dead, but he had definitely passed away some time ago. Eric and Kouri had been celebrating. Kouri was in real estate and had just closed on a $3.9 million, 20,000 square foot mansion in Heber City, Utah.
It's a big house.
She said that she had made Eric a cocktail. Eric took it to bed and took a THC gummy that he would often have to help him sleep.
When you say we were fine, what time did you see him when he was alert?
We had a drink together at 9 to celebrate something at work tomorrow.
Okay.
We went to
What time did you guys go to bed?
9:30.
9:30. Okay.
9:45.
And then what alerted you to him today? Right now?
I just woke up. When I sleep with my kids, I always wake up and I go back in my own bed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any family members we can call right now?
Yeah, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom so bad.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right, so she's not even like a really small woman. She's above average. She's actually 5'7". All right, and they're saying like she's 130, 140. So she's by no means a big woman, but she's above average. You know, with the whole she can't even get him off the bed thing. Don't believe it, but we know why, because she's guilty of sin.
911's on the phone. They got me. I don't know.
Here. Okay.
I told my mom. I don't know. Something's wrong with Eric. The police think I'm girls are here. It's like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I don't know why she wasn't the suspect immediately, because look how performative she is. And when you're and you just stay there, there's no fluctuations, there's no cracking in your voice, there's no nothing. You're just at that falsetto. Baby. She's like the Dream right now. For those of you who know R&B, you got to know who the Dream is. She's over there singing in a falsetto. Like no cracking, no stumbling on her words. She's just up there. Guilty. Keep going.
I don't know. Eric.
Where is he at? I'm on my way.
And then when did you discover him? What time?
I got my phone. It's maybe 3.
About 3. Did you immediately call the 911?
Yeah, well, I got up and as soon as I turned over and he was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wanted to emphasize cold. I woke up and then I turned him over and it was cold. Cold to the touch, and then I went back to sleep.
I just put the blanket on it because I just thought the room cold.
You wake up and your husband or your wife is cold to the touch, and you gonna put a blanket on them? Get out of here. We're humans. We're not supposed to be cold. What's she talking about? I woke up, he was cold and stiff, most likely, and I put a blanket on. Stop it.
And then I sat there for a minute and I just didn't feel like it's like breathing or anything. And so I just, oh my God.
Okay.
Eric, and he just felt so heavy.
I'm trying to get out the way. Hold on.
Any COVID or anything like that?
We all just got over COVID.
Okay.
We all positive.
And when was that?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, so not recently.
Well, he just had a negative test. So I was the last positive, and then he had it. So his last negative test was a week ago.
Kouri told them that Eric had looked a little pale that evening and complained of chest pains, but she hadn't thought a lot of it at the time. One of their sons had been having bad nightmares, so as he started crying, Kouri went to sleep in his room, leaving Eric alone in their room. When she went back in hours later, Eric was cold.
We don't know. We went to bed.
No, it's all
Who's that?
Okay.
Katie, Eric's sister, along with Kouri's mother Lisa, turned up to help with the boys.
Yeah.
Katie collapsed, unable to catch her breath.
Right.
I just talked to him a couple of hours ago, she cried.
That's so sad. Yeah, and look what you do to people's family. Like, this is his mother. You killed her son. You see his sister collapsing and falling apart. You killed her brother. For what? For what? You could have got a divorce. You could have got everything that he had because this is America. And America just gives checks to people when they divorce. You could have got everything. Why? It doesn't make any sense, man. It's so senseless. Look at this. That's not even like nervous leg shaking. Like she's purposely shaking her leg. That's not like the nerves firing like crazy. That's purpose. She's over there doing Pilates right now. Like she's purposely doing that. And like somebody said in the chat, she's not showing her face because she doesn't want people to see that she's not crying. She doesn't want people to see she's not crying. Let's keep going.
I did. They're all watching TV. I said, you guys got to go back to sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Like I didn't hear anything. And right across the room, like if he was in pain, why didn't he yell? It sounds like he wasn't. I know, but why?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I heard that. He had a prenup. Yeah, he did have a prenup. It's probably why he didn't divorce her. Because she wanted the insurance money. And probably would get all his belongings because, yeah, you have a prenup, but if you die, everything that belongs to you goes to your wife. The prenup is if you guys decide to break up. So, yeah. Wow, I understand. Like you said in the chat, greed. Greed.
I'm such a light sleeper, I couldn't have heard anything. I just couldn't have heard anything. And he just said, Kouri, like, I would have. And he was so cold. He was so cold. I'm gonna give you two. I don't love my brother.
We're just waiting for our Emmy, Omi, and our detective to show.
I'm wondering if he had an aneurysm or something with all the blood. There's a lot of blood for no reason.
Were you first on scene?
We were second. The fire guy was here before us.
And there was blood before they...
A little bit coming out as soon as we start doing compressions with the Lucas. It's when the blood came out. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
No pulse or anything?
No, he was cold. I think he not a long time, but he's been down a minute. He was asleep the whole time, so.
So we're just going to document some. So there's some protocols we have.
What's that he got on his phone? He has a compass there. I wonder, like, is he mapping out the house or something? That's interesting. You know, different agencies have different policies. I'm wondering if he's like kind of like trying to get his bearings, like in the north. I think that's what he's doing. That's very smart. He's kind of like northeast section. This is what I saw, and he has his compass to actually tell him the correct coordinates. It's interesting.
They document.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that because we do sometimes speak like that. I try not to because I don't know my north from myself. I'm like retarded when it comes to directions. But that makes sense. You get your phone, you get your bearing, you have your compass. You could say in the northeast section of the apartment, I observe X, Y, and Z, and it's 100% accurate. I like that.
Like I explained to them, the next thing is our detective and our medical examiner is going to respond to the location. They're going to do their investigation and document everything. And then most likely, because
somebody said they call her Kouri Brokens. I think I'm going to call her. Y'all going to get mad at me, but remember, I'm black. She's Kouri No Buns. She has no buns.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. She need to go to Dominican Republic and go buy one.
Oh, my God.
Let's keep going.
his age, his health and everything else,
Do it for autopsy.
most likely. But that's their that's their field, not ours. So, like I said, I'm not a medical personnel person, but what the ambulance said was he did have blood in his mouth.
All the blood.
So, they don't know. It might have been an aneurysm. They don't know.
First responders suspected that Eric had died of an aneurysm, but of course they couldn't be sure. The county coroner's office has a legal requirement to investigate any unexpected deaths, so it was time to let the medical examiner work out how a fit, healthy, active 39-year-old man had just died suddenly in the night. Eric and Kouri had met in 2009 at a Home Depot. Kouri was working as a cashier and Eric was in construction. Eric was in there a lot and eventually got Kouri's number. They hit it off and Eric fit right in with her family too. On June 15, 2013, 23-year-old Kouri Darden married 31-year-old Eric Richins in the garden of their Utah home. They went on to have 3 sons, Carter, Weston, and Ashton. As the years passed, Eric was running his own multi-million-dollar business.
I gotta say this too, like, if I wasn't in law enforcement and that wasn't my calling, I would be doing what he's doing. I have the utmost respect for guys who build things, guys and girls. So many ladies out there doing carpentry and welding and all that stuff, whatever, everything under the sun. Like, I'm fascinated with building things and fixing things. And this guy was a real American, man. He made himself. He's self-made. He's self-reliant. He was a family man. This guy was a great catch. And she just wasn't worthy of him, man. You know, that just tell you all, like my mother always says, all that glitters isn't gold. She's a pretty lady, at least in those photos, she's a pretty lady. And you would think that you found yourself a beautiful partner to make you some beautiful kids and you could live happily ever after. And little did you know you was sleeping with the devil, man. It's very sad.
Stonemasonry, a stonework and masonry contracting company. And Kouri had also started her own business, a real estate company called Kouri Richins Realty, LLC. She would buy homes, flip them, and then sell them. Kouri had always had big dreams. Her first job was cleaning affluent families' homes, and she vowed one day she would be living in her own mansion. She wasn't going to be cleaning them for long. And as her business grew, Kouri could be working on 3 houses at a time. Their families' lives were filled with travel, fun, nice restaurants, extra classes and camps for the kids. And Eric was even their soccer coach.
Nice.
They seemed to be living the dream. A dream that in March 2022 turned into a nightmare. A day after Eric died, family and friends gathered at the house to celebrate his life.
Wow.
The drinks were flowing, and friends said laughing about the good times, listening to Eric's favourite bands, and shotgunning some beers was exactly what Eric would have been doing with them. Kouri was getting involved too. Considering the circumstances, everyone had a really lovely yet bittersweet night. A day later, though, it was a very different vibe.
Damn.
Kouri hired a locksmith to drill into Eric's safe, which contained well over $100,000 and what she thought was Eric's will. Eric's sister Amy, who was at the house, told Kouri to leave it alone. It had only...
She couldn't even wait till the family left. She couldn't even wait, guys. She's so stupid. She couldn't even wait. Like, why are you bringing a locksmith in? Like, that shows you she has no shame. Like, she brought a locksmith in to break into the safe while his family was still there. Like, they wouldn't care. Like, it's all mine now anyway. I'm the wife. Like, you would think she'd be more secretive about it. Like, okay, give it a week. The family members finally go home. Now you got some time to yourself. You call the locksmith in. They drill in a safe. Nobody even knows that the safe was drilled into. You take whatever the contents is out of that. Whatever. No shame this woman had. Let's keep going.
Been 2 days. Amy told Kouri that Eric had largely moved things around, leaving his sister Katie in charge of his assets, and the rest would be going into a trust for his boys.
Right, which means she gets nothing.
I can explain to her if you want to go.
I miss everything. Chris will, everything. I miss her attorney. I miss everything.
Nobody does that unless they are fearing the person that they're actually with. There's no circumstance that a man is going to put his sister in charge of all of his assets unless he did not believe that his partner, his wife, would be willing or able to handle it in an honest way, or rather trust. We could just boil it down to trust. If he trusted his wife, his sister would not be a part of that. That would be his wife's responsibility. His sister could be a business partner, all that stuff, but he's not going to put his will and final testament and assets under his sister's control. Make her power of attorney. He's not going to do that. The only way I could see that possible is if the sister bona fide ends up being like a CPA or something like that. Like your sister, this is what she does. Oh, she's an attorney or she's a CPA or something. It's like, all right, I get these free services that I normally would have to pay thousands for. He didn't trust his wife. He thought his wife was going to kill him long before she actually killed him. I want to get to the bottom of this. I want to see if I'm right, because I don't know much about this case. I know the general stuff about this case. We're exploring this together. I think he thought she was going to kill him before he even died. Let's keep going.
You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff right now.
Things escalated and Kouri punched Amy in the face. She was charged with assault and pleaded no contest.
What?
A short while later at Eric's funeral, things were uncomfortable to say the least. Everyone was very separate and the family stood on different sides.
Wow.
Kouri filed a civil suit against Katie in regards to the trust and Eric's estate, alleging she deserved several monetary and physical assets in line with their prenup. The almost $4 million mansion that she had just closed on before Eric died was costing millions to work on. The plan had been to flip and sell it for more than $10 million, but this was not working out. The loans she had been relying on to help her were proving too much to pay back and too risky to take out. The mansion was soon in foreclosure, so between this and the money tied up in Eric's assets, Kouri's...
Wait, hold on here. I just want to say that, just to point that out. I heard it, and then they just went into the next segment, because I guess there's so much information. He got upset and punched his sister in the face that night. This is 2 days after he died, because the sister said, leave the will in there. Leave the money, leave the will in there, because, you know, I'm the one who's the executor of his estate. I got to figure that out. That money doesn't belong to you. She punched the sister in the face. That's wild. That's wild. That's crazy.
finances were not in a good place. And as all of this familial and financial mess was building, the medical examiner returned their verdict on what had caused Eric's death. And it wasn't the aneurysm that was suspected. It was acute fentanyl toxicity. Eric had 5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl in his system, and it was not medical grade, nothing that had been prescribed by a doctor to anyone living in the house. The investigation had just shifted massively. Kouri's family said that Eric's regular use of the THC gummies could have escalated. They said he sometimes took pain pills and maybe he took something dodgy without realising. But going from THC to one of the most potent and powerful synthetic opioids out there was a jump. Not necessarily an impossible jump, but an extremely big one.
Yeah, it's there's no correlation between people who smoke weed, marijuana, whatever, and people who do fentanyl. Like, I would never even think that. I could see people who use heroin, fentanyl, stuff like that, smoking weed once in a while, sure. But a weed smoker is not a fentanyl user. Big shout out to Jamie Pease with a $10 super chat. Says, a chair fell and smashed my toenail, so I've been in pain for the past 2 days. I needed this live. After this, I'm going to drain the nail, so please give me strength. What?
Oh, hell no.
Jamie, go to the hospital. You got that military veterans, VA doctor card. Don't be draining that. Go to the hospital. What's wrong with you? Anyway, let's keep going. She crazy.
It's the leading cause of death for Americans 18 to 45 years old. Fentanyl overdose.
That is according to the Drug Enforcement Administration. So the question is, what's being done to stop it from getting into our communities?
Fentanyl is around 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. And he had 5 times a lethal dose in him. Even Kouri herself said he had no history of illicit drug use.
Right.
He wasn't active. He didn't just die in his sleep. This is insane.
Any mental health conditions? No. Okay. How about any suicidal history? No.
Never.
Okay.
No.
Has he been seen by a doctor in the last 30 days?
No.
Okay. Has any Any prescriptions in the last 30 days? No. Has he had a history of falling or anything? No. Any history of prescription abuse? No. Does he have any history of illicit drug use or anything?
So, like, I just pulled up because I heard that Kouri Richins' son's spoken as part of our title for the YouTube show that we're doing right now. I actually want to go over there. We're gonna stay over here for a little while. You guys know I get antsy and a pantsy, but I want to see and hear the statement that these sons submitted to the court. This is crazy. It's nuts. All right, well, let's keep going. But I have it queued up, so when we're ready, we can actually go listen to the actual court case. And it's 9 minutes, and listen to the statement that these sons read. And you can see the mother in the background as the statements are being read. Let's keep going.
No, ever.
To help her sons, who are now 9, 7, and 5, Kouri worked with a ghostwriter and self-published a book titled Are You With Me? The book's goal was to create peace and comfort for children who have lost a loved one. The story followed a child who lost his father, but is reminded that his presence still exists. Eric was portrayed as an angel that followed his son around with everything he did. Kouri promoted the book on a local TV show called Good Things Utah.
Parent, a sibling, or a friend talking about loss with kids can be a tricky subject.
Joining us now is author of Are You With Me? Kouri Richins, to share her 3 C's to helping kids cope with grief.
So my husband passed away unexpectedly last year. So it's March 4th was a 1-year anniversary for us, and he was 39. It completely took us all by shock. And we have 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6. And, you know, my kids and I kind of wrote this book on the different emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced last year. And, you know, hoping that it can kind of help other kids, you know, deal with this and kind of, you know, find happiness some way or another. I'm new to all of this, so kind of doing all, you know, research and reading books and things to try and understand, you know, not only how to grieve as a widow, as a wife, but also, you know, with my kids, how to help them.
Yeah, look, she's a true narcissist, man. Like, she really believes what she's saying. Like, this is a part of her experience now. She's a widow and a wife. She's not a murderer. She's a widow and a wife, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is a part of who she is.
How to help them understand what just happened. And what I have kind of found is, as I mentioned, it's kind of the 3 C's is how I visualize it. And it's, you know, connection, continuity, and care.
And Kouri, do you mention at dinner, here's Dad, or Dad would like this meal, or Dad would, let's bring Dad on a bike ride?
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, explaining to my kid, just because he's not present here with us physically, that doesn't mean his presence isn't here with us, and he's doing these things with us. And he's, you know, here for birthdays, and he's here for Christmas, and, you know, and it's just comforting to them to know that, you know, they're not living this life alone. Like, Dad is still here. It's just in a different way.
This is diabolical. Guys, please hit that like button, support the channel. We have over 300 people watching this live stream right now. Only 161 likes. Please hit that like button so we can get into the algorithm. Let's keep going.
A couple of days later, the news station got an anonymous email. The subject line, "You know she killed her husband." Police were definitely working behind the scenes, and Eric's death was now classified as a homicide. The Richins had built what appeared to be the perfect life, a thriving family, a beautiful home in a lovely area, financial ambition, and the quiet confidence of success. But in this instance, appearances were indeed very misleading, and the truth was starting to seep out. The first red flag had been when the medical team got to the house that morning. Kouri told them that she had tried CPR at the request of the dispatcher.
And which way was he facing? Was he facing towards...
No, he was just up, just facing up.
Oh, so he's laying on his back? Okay. And then did you pull him to the ground?
Yeah, that's what the lady on the phone told me to do.
so I could do CPR.
But the medical team said that due to the large amount of blood that came from Eric's mouth, it didn't appear that she had. She had also told authorities that she'd left her phone plugged in and locked in her bedroom. However, investigators found that it had been locked and unlocked several times. It showed movement way before the 911 call. It seemed as if Eric and those closest to him felt something was wrong for a while. We now go back to 2015. Kouri had purchased 4 life insurance policies on Eric's life between 2015 and 2017.
Look, I don't think that it should be, they should change the laws. It should not be legal for somebody to purchase life insurance on you without your express permission. Period. You should not be able to go into an office, purchase life insurance on a person, and the person doesn't even know. They're not there signing and getting the document notarized that they're okay with somebody putting a price on their life. A price on their life. Because let's be honest, unless they're a minor, of course, it's okay. Some people put insurance on their kids. That makes sense if you're a very financially minded person. But an adult, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Think about it. The only time people go into an insurance office without their loved one and put insurance on them, they intend to kill them. Every other time, there are couples shopping for life insurance together. Now, that doesn't mean that that person can't turn around and end up murdering them anyway for the money. But at least I would dare say, anecdotally, that I think it's probably statistically less likely that a couple shopping for life insurance for each other together is going to do some diabolical murder plot as compared to when somebody's doing it in secret. Look at the money. $300,000, almost $350,000 with Minnesota Life, $250,000 with True Stage Insurance Company. I think I did insurance with them before. $1 million with the Auto Owners Insurance Company. $500,000 with the New York Life Insurance Company. $100,000 with True Stage Insurance Company. Over $2 million, $2.1 million in life insurance. And then they paid it out. They gave her the money. She got $2.3 million. And 1.3 paid to her. I guess the rest goes to the kids. That's crazy. But $1.3 million. Oh my God. Let's keep going.
At the time of his death, he had at least 6 on him, totaling almost $3 million. The couple signed a prenuptial agreement on their wedding day, one which Kouri's family said was almost forced on Kouri, just as she was about to walk down the aisle. Eric's family adamantly denied this, saying the prenup was shown to her way in advance. But an agreement which established that each of them did not have rights to one another's present or future income, property or assets, except if Eric died while they were married.
Wow.
In late 2020, Eric discovered that Kouri had withdrawn $100,000 from his accounts and borrowed $30,000 using his credit cards.
Wow.
Eric confronted her and she promised to repay the money. Eric had at some point consulted with a divorce lawyer and made some changes to his estate. He was planning to shift assets to his children. He ultimately decided against going any further and the couple went to counselling, but something was clearly still niggling him.
You should have left her, bro.
He created the Eric Richins Living Trust and named his sister Katie as a...
You should have left her, bro. You should have left her. You should have left her. The good Lord gave you the signs, my brother, and you did not leave. Oh, boy.
Trustee. In the event of his death, Katie, not Kouri, would manage his estate instead.
If you got to go through all of this, that means that marriage is broken. It's irrecoverably broken. The fact that he had to do this meant that it was over. She must have some good stuff.
Kouri told a friend that she felt trapped in her marriage, but worried a prenuptial agreement could leave her financially worse off if they divorced. She said it would almost be better if Eric was dead.
Oh my God.
And money or lack thereof was a growing problem. Looking into her accounts and the couple's finances, things had clearly been out of control for a long time. Kouri was in debt to the tune of more than $7 million. Her business was about $2 million in the hole. Her accounts were repeatedly overdrawn, and she had roughly $80,000 a month in expenses.
Oh my God.
At one point, she was paying lenders just over $2,000 a day. She opened a bank account without Eric's knowledge or consent, which had a revolving line of credit, and used a fraudulent power of attorney to get more credit, then withdrew $250,000 from the home. But Kouri's family said this was not true and not fair. They said the couple sat down every month and did their bills together.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Eric knew what was going on.
Listen, if I'm the family members and I don't know, I just mind my business. I'm not going to be giving interviews saying that they were a perfect couple if I didn't know that they were a perfect couple. I hate when people circle the wagons, ladies and gentlemen. It gets on my nerves because now you become an accomplice. You think you're just helping your loved one, but you're helping your loved one to try and get away with evil. And you become more than just a family member who's trying to support somebody that they love. You become an accomplice. Those people, if they do not know for a fact that this is what Kouri and her husband did, they're liars and they're just as diabolical as Kouri. And we know where she gets it from. Let's keep going.
What was coming out all the time. But in 2021, Kouri issued a series of bad checks from accounts with little to no funds, rerouting money through her business and personal accounts before the checks bounced back. She submitted falsified bank statements showing over $200,000 that did not exist, and was later charged with mortgage fraud and forgery.
Oh my God.
But even after being caught, more falsified documents followed. In January 2022, just 2 months before Eric's death, Kouri changed the beneficiary of his $2 million life insurance policy to herself, without authorization.
She was sick and she was spiraling out of control. She was addicted to money. She wanted to be, she was also jealous of him, to be honest with you. She was jealous that he was a successful businessman. And that whatever he touched turned to gold, but whatever she touched turned to coal. She was jealous of him and she was trying to keep up with him at all costs, to the cost of even destroying herself, ladies and gentlemen.
The change was discovered and reversed, but shortly after, she applied for a new $100,000 policy on his life. As well as the money, Kouri had been having an affair with another man called Robert Josh Grossman, who went by Josh. She had hired him as a handyman to work on one of her houses, and messages between them talked about her leaving Eric, gaining millions in the divorce, and then marrying Josh.
And then they always leave the successful person for the help. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It reminds me of a colleague I used to work with. We'll talk about this on a Patreon. But whatever. The bottom, it always happens. Hardworking guy. I'm done with him. He's not exciting or whatever. The spark is gone. They leave the hardworking guy and they go with the help. It's better for me out there. There's more options out there. Then you realize that the grass is not green on the other side. You can't go back to what you left because what you left don't want you no more. So then you end up with the help. You end up with lesser than what you had before. Reminds me of Frank's story. I think I told Frank's story before. I'll tell it again on the Patreon. Let's keep going. Frank was a good man. God rest his soul. Let's keep going.
Kouri let Josh stay in one of the houses she was flipping. She sent him money and purchased 2 trucks for him. In February 2022, she sent him a text saying if he could just go away and you could just be here, life would be so perfect. Just 2 days before Eric died, Kouri sent Josh a message saying,
who said they feel sorry for Josh? You have no moral character if you said that. Because just like Tina said, he's sleeping with a married woman. There's no feeling sorry for somebody who takes part in that type of diabolical action. I don't even know what to say. You don't do that. He may seem like a nice guy, but he's a scumbag. He knew she was married. He's a man. He knows right from wrong. He knew she was married and he still slept with her. Let's keep going. Aki want me, when Aki started going crazy, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. Shut up, Bobby. She want me to keep going. She don't like what I'm doing. Robin, you could get it too.
Different, I promise. Can I try Friday? Give me a few days. Hang in there until then, please. Friday was the day Eric died. Money and an affair. They had their motives, but now they needed to connect the fentanyl to her. Apparently, while the family had been away in Greece, Eric had a bad reaction to a drink. He called his sister and said he thought Kouri was behind this.
Oh my
Kouri's
gosh.
family said it was likely to do with his recent Lyme disease diagnosis and the medication he was on. And on Valentine's Day, Eric had eaten a sandwich Kouri had left for him in his truck that was packed along with a note saying she loved him. He became violently ill, breaking out in hives and struggling to breathe. He had to use his son's EpiPen and took Benadryl before falling asleep. Eric texted his friends saying, "You almost lost me this time. I think she might have poisoned me." Kouri had made searches for what is a lethal dose of fentanyl, luxury prisons for the rich America. Can FBI find deleted messages? If someone is poisoned, what does it go down as on the death certificate?
All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to pause this for a second. Let this play out for a second, but we're going to watch two things. We're going to watch the kids' victim impact statement, and I want to see Josh, the cuckold. The cuck? The cuckold. I want to see what Josh, because Josh is crying on the stairs. I don't care. Tears don't move me. He's a cuckold. I want to see what Josh the cuckold has to say about this. The other guy. All right, so let's let this play while I find Josh's testimony.
Kouri allegedly asked a contractor for fentanyl and later propofol, but her requests were denied. She then manually deleted the text from her phone. Another person she had been in a lot of contact with was a housekeeper, Carmen Lorber. She would help on the properties that Kouri was flipping. Carmen already had a past with the police and was on probation for drug distribution charges at the time. They went to her home, and stuck on her wall was a picture of Eric's obituary. With drug paraphernalia lying around, they were able to pull her up for a parole violation. They were convinced that she was the connection that would tie everything together. Carmen started talking. She said that Kouri had paid her to get fentanyl 2 times, the first time being $900 for 15 to 20 pills. On Valentine's Day 2022, they had exchanged 30 text messages. The same day he ate the sandwich but was able to recover.
All right, so I found it. All right. Let's let us finish with this young lady right here, and then we'll go over to, we'll watch the cuck. People saying he's a vet. I don't care about that. I love our military. I respect our military. But if you live immorally and you're destroying families and you're partaking in that type of evil to destroy families, you have no respect from me. No respect. Anybody can serve in the military. You still have to have honor. You have to deserve that respect by living your life with honor. I'm a big military buff. And then we'll watch the kids, their statement against their own mother during sentencing. All right, let's keep going.
Carmen said that Kouri came to her again and asked for something stronger, saying she was after the Michael Jackson stuff. Kouri wrote her a check for $1,300, and they believed that Kouri had laced the cocktail she had made for him that night. After Eric had died, a text thread between Carmen and her daughter went as follows. The names were redacted to read CL and KL. CL says, "Guess who passed away?" K says, "Who?" CL replied, "Kouri's hubby, Eric." K says, "She poisoned him. Lol, she's rich now." CL replies, "No, she didn't. Or did she?" Then sending a gif of a woman winking and nodding. She then said, "Brain aneurysm for real." K said, "I ain't even mad at it. Good for her." Carmen gave the police the name of the dealer she had used for Kouri's drugs, Robert Crozier. He was in custody already and pulled him for questioning.
Okay, so we're here to talk to you about a transaction that you made a little over a year ago.
All right, so we'll stop that right there. We'll come back to this. I want to go to, so this is 8 minutes, Long Crime. Love Long Crime, by the way. This is going to be Josh Grossman breaking down as they're reading the text messages between him and Kouri. Remember, he knew that she was a married woman. All right. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. If you have morals and if you have honor, you'd say, "I'm not interested." Right? You would say, "Come see me after your divorce is final." All right. You don't sleep with somebody who's married, no matter how immoral that married person may be. And yes, they'll just replace you with somebody else, but at least you have the dignity to say, I'm not going to be a part of that mess. He chose to be a part of that mess. He's a grown man. Nobody can manipulate a grown man. We can make choices, especially when it comes to intimacy. There's no such thing as slip, falling, and sliding into somebody's stuff. It doesn't work that way. It takes effort, it takes afterthought, and it takes desire. And these are the things that he allowed himself to succumb to a woman rather, who was married with children. Shame on him. I care not for his tears. Let's keep going. So OB says they don't play them out loud. So let me read them for you. This is interesting. But they're going to read them, but they don't. Usually they read them into the record. Whatever. All right, big shout out OB. I didn't even notice that OB was in the building. She quiet today. All right. You know what? Before I go any further, let me show some love to the people who's showing love to the channel before we get into the nitty gritty of this, man. Let's go to fan funding. Big shout out to GoX GP 10 super that says, hey, from SATX True Crime. I don't know what that means. Okay. Did you hear about the new case out of San Antonio with the mom who set a car on fire with her 2 kids in it? No, I didn't, but I need to hear about it. Research crew, jump on that. This case is absolutely heartbreaking. By the way, you're the best. Thank you so much, GP. I appreciate you, man. That's really nice for you to say that, but we definitely are interested in learning more about that case. Shanta with a $5 super chat says, you should see her face during victim impact statements and her allocution. Oh my God, narcissist. We'll definitely cover it. And Military Ma, who's celebrating 13 months as a patrol member, says 13 months. Wow, time flew by. Absolutely. And we love having you as a part of our family, Military Ma. All right, let's jump into this. Wow. So it says, this is from way earlier. This is from Grossman to K-Babe. K-Babe. Okay. Sorry, phone died plus customer talk. 30 more seconds than I would have. I could have kept going and going. I erased short-term and long-term rentals, stagger, Kouri, MA, and just ma, ma'am, teacher, coach, and hero to 3. Speed reader, speed demon, organizer, host, planner, bows, center of every room, motivator, caretaker, philanthropist, chef, cleaning crew, teacher, and Boy Scout, COO. You better believe I'm going to address your next text in a bit. This guy's a lame. What? Let's keep going. He's a kiss ass. Listen, he's just begging for that cooch. Oh, you're the best. The teacher, the coach, the cleaning crew, the planner, the bow. Oh, center of every room. Oh. Playing to her ego. That's why she liked him. Let's keep going. There's another one. This is from K-Babe to Josh Grossman. You are so sweet. Please don't repeat that to anyone. Haha. You just keep all those sweet words to yourself and let others believe whatever they would like to think about me. Thank you for giving her my information. I'll watch for an email. You finish work and please address my latest text in a bit. I love you. I always appreciate your sweet, kind words. I hope you know I think you're one incredible man. Not sure what I would do without you. Oh my God, these people are insufferable. Let's keep going. Okay, what else we got? Okay. I don't want to go too far. Okay, let's see if they zoom in on this so we can read this one. Here we go. This is from Grossman to K-Babe. You got the title teacher twice, but the first was everywhere but the schoolhouse to the boys, and the second was literally at the schoolhouse. They got pictures and stuff. I don't know what's going on there. Let's keep going. All right, so let's see here, because they're going to show him in court now. Guys, hit the like button, support the channel. I see people in the chat saying, I forgot. Please hit the like button, support the channel. All right, let's see what he had to say here. Okay. He says, oh, babe, there's nothing more I want than to be with you now. This is Grossman and K-Babe to her, to Kouri. No matter what's going on, I love your company. I know there are a lot of the time we spend together has somewhat of a cloud hanging overhead. I really look forward to quality time with you that isn't rushed and doesn't have a goodbye lurking around the corner. I've been in the truck running errands and I would have texted you 10 times by now. Wish we could talk. I feel like maybe you're having a rough day in some ways. Sure would like to hold on to you, to do something to make you happier right now, to make your tomorrow better. I love you today even more than I did yesterday. Promise with my heart. I'm a very, very lucky man. She's not yours, buddy. Fucking loser. You belong to somebody else. Anyway, if you only knew how fortunate your love makes me feel, how valuable, not to be taken for granted. Oh, I smother you with hugs and kisses right now. Oh, man, this guy's insufferable. Let's keep going. This is a guy knowingly talking to a married woman. I can't think of anything more disgusting than this. This is disgusting. Right now, before she kills her husband, he's more disgusting than she is to me. Because we got bro code. Y'all ladies can't understand that. Who's watching this show? We got bro code. You do not covet another man's wife. He is breaking every single code in the rule book. She becomes more disgusting after she kills her husband. But he is more disgusting than me right now. Let's keep going. You taking her husband's money. He getting paid with her husband's money right now. He over here doing this nasty stuff. Look at this guy. Man. I can't believe I wrote that cringy stuff. I'm such a cuck. Let's keep going. Then she responds, hey, baby, to Josh Grossman. Yes, just wanted to say I love you and good night. Okay. I don't know why he's crying, Christina. I have no idea. The only people who should be crying right now is the victim's family. It says, then he responds to her, thank you, gorgeous. I love you as well. And I know you're going to sleep so good. Yeah.
Sir, would you like to take a break?
Why?
Mr. Grossman, lovely. Do you need a minute?
Oh, hold on here. They had something up and then it's just like, okay.
Mr. Grossman.
Hold on. All right, so this is a text message. I don't know who's it from. It says, I'm going forward your information to Kouri Richins. I guess this is him to another lady. She's a realtor, investor, flipper. We're in Utah. She's going to be the one to talk to about the Valero deal. Better yet, here's her info. All right.
Lovely. Do you need a minute or two?
I don't know what I need.
Let's just start with that. Why don't we take pause for a moment, sir, if you don't mind. Let's take a 5-minute break, please. Please rise for the jury.
Sir, is this an accurate depiction of a February 23rd, 2022 text exchange between you and Ms. Richins?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-32D.
Objection.
2-32D is admitted.
Somebody say he's a fall guy. He's a real simp. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a simp daddy. You want to be a simp daddy, cuck? That's what's going to happen. You're going to take the fall. She didn't care about him. She cared about using him. He was her outlet outside of her marriage. Let's keep going. K-Babe the Grossman says, hi, babe. I hope you had a great day. It sure was a cold one. Hopefully you dressed warm. Super sad I couldn't see you, but I understand work is busy sometimes. I wanted to celebrate some semi-good news with you tonight. Maybe another time. I miss you. I hope I can see you next week. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. Yes, I had soup for dinner. Make it home. Okay, now remember, at the end of every night, where is K-Babe sleeping? In the bed with her husband. Every single night. This is diabolical stuff, bro. We're not supposed to do stuff like this. You know, what if her and her husband decide they want to have some morning loving? Then what? You see her later and then you having loving with her later? It's disgusting stuff. It's disgusting. We're not supposed to live like that. The book tells us not to live like that. Now, you don't got to believe in a book, but you still got to believe in morality, some type of morality. He's a disgusting creature. Let's keep going. All right, says phone died. It had 100% charge a couple times today. I don't use it that much. Yes, it was quite the chilly day. It's a shame. It's like, oh my, it's just insufferable stuff. I stopped for Domino's. Like, they just need something to talk about. So they just talk about what they do all day. Before my phone died, my text was a series of questions. What time does the convoy roll out in the morning? Where will y'all stay? What is their most important good accomplishments or good news of the day? Ditto bad. Any random ideas or thoughts? Can you share something with me that my curious mind wants to know without me asking? Whatever. People like, enough of this. We can't take no more. All right. I mean, listen, if you guys are not entertained by this, we could go over to something else. So she's talking about her houses and stuff like that. Obi, is there anything interesting in these text messages? Like, does this actually tell us anything that we don't know about Kouri and about their relationship? All right. Yeah. All right. So we know this. She was messing with this dude and he's crying on the stand. I want to hear the kids. Let's go to the kids, man. The kids' impact statement. Let's do it.
Good morning, Judge.
Take your time.
My name is Jessica Black. I'm a licensed clinical mental health therapist and a registered play therapist. Myself and my colleagues are here today to read the victim impact statements for 3 children. We are here as advocates.
Somebody said, Vic says this is the most boring cheating relationship talking about the weather. I mean, you would expect them to be talking some crazy stuff like, yo, remember when I had you upside down last night? That was fun. No, they talk about the weather. 2 lames. Okay, let's keep going. A lame and a cuck. Let's keep going.
On their behalf, after a developmentally appropriate process, the boys were able to decide individually how they wanted to share their statements, and this is what they chose. Our roles are to read their words exactly as they wrote. The boys want the court and the world to hear their side. This is from WR. I woke up to sirens, and there were a lot of people at my house, and I was definitely scared. I felt confused. I was in a bedroom with my brothers, and I didn't know what was happening. At first, I was really scared because I didn't know what was happening and I had no control and I felt helpless. I felt really overwhelmed. After my dad died, Kouri would put us in the basement while she was with the neighbor.
Wow.
I felt scared because I thought something really bad was happening again. She would take me to places that smelled really bad. Everything she did made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
When someone talks about Kouri, it makes me feel hateful and ashamed. She took away my dad.
Oh my God.
It's made me have a hard time trusting people.
This is her son. This is her biological son. She made this child. And listen to how this child is talking about his mother. Oh my God.
I was scared that Kouri's family would come to my school and take me. I had to go to counseling with DCFS in Heber, and I did not like it. DCFS made me talk to Kouri, and I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. I felt not important to anyone. I feel a lot better about myself now than I did with Kouri. I can't ever see my dad again. I want her to go to prison forever.
Oh my God.
If she got out, I would be so scared, really mad, and I wouldn't want to go with her anywhere. I'm worried that she would take me away from Katie and Clint. Once she is gone, I will feel happy, and I will feel safer and relaxed. And trust people more.
And look at her face. She doesn't believe that this is real. her narcissism makes her think that somebody wrote this and is pretending like these are the words of her children. She's incapable of accepting that this is how her kids truly feel about her. At least one of them so far. She's incapable of accepting that reality, ladies and gentlemen. That's why her face is like that. That's why, like, when he said take her away from the aunties or whatever, she goes, she puts that face on because she's like, nah, that's not real. My kids would never say that about me. Let's keep going.
Thank you.
Look at that. Like, whatever. Wow.
Christina.
Yes,
Good morning.
Your Honor. I am Christina Greening. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, not registered play therapist, and I will be reading for AR. You took away my dad for no reason other than greed, and you only cared about yourself and your stupid boyfriends. You were not caring and watching.
She said boyfriends. These kids know what's going on. You and your stupid boyfriends. Little homie said it right. What I told you, those people are weird. Those dudes she was dealing with is weird. Don't come in my chat having sympathy for these dudes like Josh Grossman. These are diabolical, low moral compass people who want to make themselves look good on the stand and shed a tear. No, you are a diabolical creature for messing with Kouri Richins. Let's keep going.
Over me and my brothers. I had to be a parent to W. C and I would walk him to the bus stop, feed him, and watch him. You were not concerned about our health. When we got hurt, you didn't even care. When C got ran over by a side-by-side, you still made him go to the soccer game that day without taking him to the doctors first. You would lock C in his room, and I would have to go to the kitchen and bring him food. You shamed us when we didn't want to eat uncooked lasagna you made. We threw it away because we couldn't eat it. Then you made us watch videos of children starving in war areas. You wanted to scare us into eating something that wasn't cooked.
That's horrible.
You wouldn't let our dog outside, and then the dog would pee inside. You created this problem, then you would smack my dog on the head as hard as you could. You wouldn't let me put my kitten in the garage for safety at night, and we found it eaten by raccoons the next day. You wouldn't let us turn on and use the heater lamp for the chickens and bunnies, and
she made the dogs eat the kitten. Oh my God, she's a psychopath. Oh.
Froze to death. You would always argue with my dad and lock the door. You were not playing the role as a real mother does. You were doing the opposite. Now my dad can't be my coach anymore, can't be at any of my games. He won't be at my birthdays. He can't teach me how to drive. He won't be at my graduation, and he can't take me camping or fishing. You made me paranoid about sleeping on my dad's side of the bed by saying I might die or get harmed. When I was
you say that? Are you serious? Did she say that? When a child slept on his father's side of the bed, she said he's going to die. Oh my God. Look, she's pretending like she is. Look at her face. This lady evil.
Just trying to be close to my dad after you killed him. You took away everything from me and my brothers. I don't want you out of jail because I will not feel safe if you are out. You have never said sorry for anything that you have done to me and my brothers. I don't want you to hurt anyone again. I know that you will need to stay in jail to fully take accountability for what you did to me, C.W., and my dad. With you in jail, I will be able to continue to feel safe and live a happy and successful life without fear of you hurting me or anyone I love. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We need to send her to CCOT, to that El Salvadorian prison. Like, she needs to go to CCOT. This is crazy.
Sarah?
Yes, my name is Sarah. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and registered play therapist, and I'm going to read the victim impact statement for CR. My name and age now, my name and age I was at the time of the crime. CR, age 12, now 13. I was 9 when my dad was murdered. What I would like to see happen if the perpetrator is convicted of the crime, I would like to see Kouri get a life sentence.
He called, or she, I don't know if it's boy. I think she only had boys, I think. He called his mother a perpetrator. Do you know what that means? She's dead to him. He's already detached himself from his mother. He called his mother a perpetrator and demanded life for her. Wow, let's go back. I want to hear that again. That's powerful.
I would like to see Kouri get a life sentence. My crime, I was 9 when my dad was murdered. What I would like to see happen if the perpetrator is convicted of the crime, I would like to see Kouri get a life sentence.
Wow.
My thoughts regarding an appropriate sentence for the person who is accused of this crime and if they are found guilty. I think Kouri should get a life sentence because what she did is very sick, because it had no reason to happen and it impacted a bunch of people, including me. These are some reasons why I think she should have a life sentence. The information I feel is important for the judge to be aware of in sentencing. I think the judge should know that my dad was a good person and very thoughtful and kind and helped whoever needed help. He was always taking the extra mile to help people. My physical injuries as a result of this crime are as follows. I was sleeping and then I went to get a drink of water, then went back to bed. And when I woke up shaking and Bailey called the ambulance and they came and I couldn't talk for a while, I think Kouri had something to do with it because she didn't call the ambulance. She called Bailey and Bailey called the ambulance. At the ER, Kouri resisted to have my blood drawn, and kids who usually have this kind of seizure is when they are a few months old to a year old. I learned later that Kouri bought more fentanyl and had it in the house when this happened. I think this is what happened. She did what she did to my dad in the living room.
Wow.
My experienced emotional injury because of this crime is described as follows. Sad. I feel mad that I have to feel sad. I went from being scared for my life to feeling really good. I was scared for my life because I didn't eat that much. Kouri was always drunk or gone. I was always locked in my room. I can't remember, but I am pretty sure the lock was on the outside. Kouri threatened she would kill my lizard because we didn't want to watch some weird show with her. All of our chickens died because there was no food or water. My rabbit died because we didn't have food or water. The goats almost starved to death because she bought moldy hay and she didn't water them. Nothing ever got fed or watered. It didn't feel good to worry about my animals. I felt like I had to take care of my siblings. Ash mostly took care of me, though, because I was locked in my room. Ash would bring me food. Kouri would lock me up if I told her she was drunk. This happened pretty much daily. Wow. I feel angry that she locked me in my room. I am angry almost all my animals died. I am angry she threatened to kill them. I am angry she killed my dad.
Wow.
I started to feel really good when I moved into a safe place. It was safe because the people around me were safe, Katie and Clint. I felt safe at Jake and Shalina, I believe, because I wasn't with Kouri anymore. Counseling. I feel annoyed that I have to go to counseling and tell the story about what happened 55 million times. I feel better now because I know it's to help me. I would like to not have to go to counseling. I would like to have to not worry about anything after this trial is over. I want the judge to know I hope Kouri gets convicted to a life sentence. Kouri is always drunk. I want the judge to know my dad was a good person and I miss my dad.
She's a drunk. He said she always drunk. This is the truth. This is not these, these play therapists, psychology ladies speaking. No. These kids have written the truth about Kouri Richins. She's a drunk. She's a philandering drunk. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is a face of somebody who's hearing exactly who they are and is like, wow, you figured me out. She thought she was clever? No, you made clever children. You made children that could see through your bullcrap and they calling you out for who you are. And hopefully they're going to be next to the last words she ever hears in her life as a free person. The last one hopefully being just a judge. I don't think any more victim impact statements should come after this. I didn't watch the trial, so I don't know if more statements were made. I don't want to hear from his mother, his sisters. I don't want to hear from anybody else but the judge and Jesus Christ. They should end the trial with these statements, because the people closest to this woman, her own children, have called her out on who she is. The mic should be dropped at this point. Let's keep going. Big shout out to Rockman91 with a one gift membership. Appreciate you.
I miss my dad, but I do not miss how my life used to be. I don't miss Kouri. I will tell you that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's crazy. That was powerful. So proud of those kids for actually having the strength and courage to call their own mother out. Let's go. This is supposedly the sentencing. Let's see.
This is breaking news from KSL.
Well, thanks for joining us. We interrupt your programming for breaking news out of Summit. Richins, go ahead and listen in. Kouri Richins.
Consider each. In addition, the court has considered each of the factors set forth in Utah Code 76-3-201 subsection 2B and has prioritized those factors as required by section 201-2C. Having considered the gravity and circumstances of the offenses for which Ms. Richins has been convicted, the number of victims, and available information regarding the history, character, and rehabilitative needs of the defendant, the court hereby orders that the sentences on counts 2 through 5 shall run consecutively to each other and to the sentence imposed on count 1.
I mean, she's never getting out.
Moreover, the court exercises its discretion and chooses.
If you guys don't know, consecutively is one after the other. So if you get 5 years consecutively on each charge and you get 3 charges, then you do 15 years. Concurrently mean at the same time. So let's say you got charged for count 1, count 2, count 3, 5 years for each one, you'd only do 5 years. So consecutively is the worst punishment, because you have to do it one after the other. When you finish one sentence, the next sentence starts back up. Let's see how much time you got.
No fines related to any sentence in this case.
We don't want your money.
The court addresses the 5 counts on which Ms. Richins was convicted in reverse order. Ms. Richins, based on your conviction on count 5, third-degree felony forgery, the court hereby sentences you to an indeterminate prison term not to exceed 5 years. Based on your conviction on count 4, second-degree felony insurance fraud, the court hereby sentences you to an indeterminate prison term of not less than 1 and not more than 15 years. Based on your conviction on count 3, second-degree felony insurance fraud, the court hereby sentences you to an indeterminate prison term of not less than 1 and not more than 15 years. Based on your conviction on count 2, first-degree felony attempted aggravated murder, the court hereby sentences you to an indeterminate prison term of not less than 5 years, and that may be for life. Which brings us to the final issue, the appropriate sentence for count 1. Under Utah Code 76-3.
Now, hold on here. All of the sentences she's got so far could have resulted her being out of prison in maybe between 5 and 20 years. Let's see what he gives for the top charge.
207.7, there are only 2 options. An indeterminate prison term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life, or life in prison without parole. And the law requires that the court consider each option. Under a sentence of 25 to life, and considering the effect of the 4 consecutive sentences, the time that Ms. Richins has spent in custody, and the current practices of the Board of Pardons and Parole, Ms. Richins would likely serve approximately 30 years in the Utah State Prison before receiving her first parole hearing. By that time, she would be 66 years old. Under a sentence of life in prison without parole, Ms. Richins would be in prison for the rest of her natural life, unless the Board of Pardons and Parole determines by clear and convincing evidence at some future point that she is permanently incapable of being a threat to the safety of society, at which time the board would have the authority to release her. Under either scenario, Ms. Richins will be incapacitated, meaning structurally prevented from harming anyone outside the Utah State prison system.
I like this judge, the way he's talking, the way he's explaining the law, the way he's going through the different possibilities. He is a very intelligent, learned individual. And that does not mean that just because he's a judge, he has to be that. We've seen some judges that are the opposite. I like this judge. I like the way he's presenting this. Let's go back and let's listen.
System for at least the next 3 decades, and perhaps much longer. But the potential impact on the survivors of the tragedy created by Kouri Richins, most importantly, Eric Richins' 3 sons, is more difficult to predict. On one hand, if the court sentences Ms. Richins to life without parole, one or more of those young men may come to resent that the court eliminated any opportunity they might have in the future, decades into the future, to express an opinion as adults with substantial life experience about whether their mother should, for example, be allowed to die with dignity. On the other hand, if the court sentences Ms. Richins to 25 to life, one or more of those young men may spend the next 30 years questioning why the court failed to protect them from the prospect of the person who murdered their father being released from prison at some time in the distant future, perhaps when they have families and children of their own. The court's contemplation of how those young men may come to feel about today's decision some 30 years from now comes from a place of genuine concern for them and humility regarding the court's inability to predict the future. Sitting here today, it is simply not possible for anyone, not even those young men, to know how their view of this case may evolve over the next several decades. My hope is that every person affected by Eric Richins' death will, over time, find their way to a state of peace. As for today, the court's duty is to make a decision, a weighty, long-lasting decision based on the best information available today. And the bottom line is this: Kouri Richins was convicted unanimously and beyond a reasonable doubt of attempting to murder Eric Richins, her husband, and the father of their 3 children. And then, having failed in her first effort of spending the next 17 days not changing course, but doubling down, preparing to try again, and ultimately completing the act through the administration of poison. And for what? Money. Money. All for pecuniary gain. A person convicted of committing that sequence of acts in that way and for that reason, and who causes the absolute tragedy that has befallen Eric Richins' sons and family. A person convicted of those things is simply too dangerous to ever be free.
Amen.
Accordingly,
why she smiles like that when he says that? She knows she getting life for all eternity. Let's go back. But guys, please hit that like button, support the channel. 299 likes. Let's get it over 300. We have over 400 people watching the live stream right now. Watch her facial expression when the judge says you should never be free.
To ever be free. Accordingly, Ms. Richins, based on your conviction on count 1, first-degree felony aggravated murder, the court hereby sentences you to life without parole.
Amen. Thank you.
You have the right to an appeal. You must file a notice of appeal.
You see where she nodded her head? She knew she deserved it. She was like, yeah, I knew that this was going to happen because you're guilty of sin. Let's keep going.
In 30 days, you have the right to be represented by counsel on appeal. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor.
Your Honor.
All right, you were just listening to.
Boom. Justice was served. We rarely see justice being served out here. So often we see these bad guys, these diabolical individuals constantly getting lenient sentences. Justice was served in this instance. It was served. She kept trying and trying and trying and trying to kill this man. She even tried to kill her own kids, I think so, based off of the evidence that we saw, at least one of them. This lady does not deserve to be amongst us. In fact, she shouldn't even be in America. We should send her to CCOT in El Salvador. She doesn't even deserve to be on this soil. Like, we should, like, open up a prison in the middle of the ocean or something under the water and, like, exile people there. Like, she is a beast. I think that she should have gotten capital punishment, unfortunately. And I never want to see that for a mother. But this mother is not a mother. She's a monster. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one here. I'm going to definitely show love to this other channel. You guys should go and watch the rest of this. There's a lot of documentary left. There's like 30 minutes left to this bad boy. Truly Criminal. Go check out their channel. We're not going to play their whole documentary. Kind of brought us to where we needed to go, and then we took it home the rest of the way. So big shout out to everybody who watched us today. Please make sure you hit that like button, support the channel so we can get into the algorithm. Big shout out to everybody who showed us love with a super chat. Let's go on over there and show love to those folks. Make sure that they're heard. Shanta was said with a $5 says, used to see her face during victim impact statement and her allocution. Oh my God, narcissist. You know what? Before we go, because I do have some time, let's go to the mods and the research crew. Did Kouri give her own statement, her allocution? Because I'll play that. Did Kouri speak? I know we got a little bit of a delay. So, guys, let me know if Kouri spoke. All right, if she spoke, I'm going to play it. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and read out some of these super chats. You guys are amazing. GP says San Antonio, Texas is what she meant with her abbreviation. Gave a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, GP, for supporting us. We appreciate you 1,000%. And then Rockman gave us, so the research crew does say that she spoke. So I'm going to find that right now. And somebody said it's bad. All right, so we're going to play it. You know, we got to finish it because we're not going to come back to this because it's not something that we're going to do a part 2 with. Oh, wow, this is so interesting. Wow. And everybody's talking about this Julio Fulio. I think we're gonna react to that tonight. The Julio Fulio, where the thugs went. Somebody send me the link real quick so I don't have to look too hard for it. Send me the link, guys. But Julio Fulio, you got these super thugs who are up on the stand, and now they're crying and begging for forgiveness. All right, so we're gonna cover Julio Fulio tonight. So research crew, jump on that. I need the highlights for the Julio Fulio trial. We're going to cover that tonight. Aki, give me the thumbnail for that. And right now, we're going to read Kouri Richins' impact statement. This is nuts. We're not leaving yet. And I thought we was leaving, but we're not leaving anymore. All right, bring it back.
My sweet baby boys, I know that today you don't want to speak to me, have a relationship with me, but you may think you hate me, and that's okay. I will never be angry at you for your feelings. When the day comes that you're ready, I will be here for you, waiting for you and loving you.
All right, I think Court TVs might have better audio. Let me listen.
My sweet baby boy.
Yeah, so we're gonna use Court TV. Big shout out to the research crew. Aki sent the Court TV version, and I want to play that because the audio is much better. All right.
I know that today you don't want to speak to me, have a relationship with me, but you may think you hate me, and that's okay. I will never be angry at you for your feelings. When the day comes that you're ready, I will be here for you, waiting for you and loving you. But I need you boys to know and understand that I have been desperately trying to get in contact with you any way that I can for years. That all of my communication has been completely cut off from you since early 2024. And now I will use any opportunity I can to get a message to you. Even if that means sharing it publicly to the world, fully restrained, in my jail clothes, in one of the most horrible situations possible. I don't care, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed by any of it. All I care about is you boys. I will do whatever it takes for you to hear the truth from me and to come home to you. For the time being, I don't know when that is or when my next opportunity will be. So for now, bear with me as I have tried to consolidate everything I've wanted to share with you for the last few years, with everything I want you to know until I'm able to speak to you again, and one long message. And although you may not be ready to hear it today, that's okay. My hope is one day you will be. May 6th of 2024, temporary custody was transferred from the state of Utah Child Services to your Aunt Katie and Uncle Clint. My last video call with you boys was several weeks prior to that, around April 24th, 2024, when you were still in the state's custody. Once temporary custody was transferred to Katie and Clint, against my wishes, they cut off all of my communication between you boys and I. It was years before I would ever have a trial. I warned social services that if they gave custody of you to the Richins family, it would be the last time I would be able to see or speak to you boys again. And your opinion of me...
So she's basically saying that the Richins family is like brainwashing the kids. And that's why they don't want to have anything to do with her. Big shout out to H. Chang with $10 super chat says, this is my humble donation toward the underwater prison in the middle of the ocean. I don't know where I be making this stuff up from, man. I just be talking out my booty, man. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you find it a little entertaining. This is the real me. I'm a retard. The underwater prison. Big shot H. Chen. Let's keep going.
This case and wild allegations would soon mirror those of the Richins family. And that's exactly what happened. You need to know the Darden side of the family fought a long, hard battle for custody. But was
all right, hold on real quick. I gotta show love to the super chat. Big shout out to Blade Runner. Blade Runner, I hope you're feeling good. They had an accident a little while back and they've been recovering. Says $20 super chat. Thanks, team. Some awesome show. Don't click out early, guys. You miss out. Respect mods and research crew. Mr. Strategic, it's always a pleasure to watch his show. Peace, brother. All right, have a great day, Blade Runner. Always praying for your speedy recovery. We appreciate you. And yes, on this show, we like to keep you guys on your toes. Sometimes I'll say the show is over, and the show is not over. Like, the show is not over. We're still listening.
Essentially ignored and denied. Since temporary custody was granted to Katie and Clint, they have not allowed me to see or speak to you. No more video calls, no more visits. They blocked the phone number for the jail so I can't call you. Birthday cards, Christmas cards, the letters I would send you boys, they were all returned or rerouted. All of my contact was cut off more than 2 years ago. So please, please ask them. Please ask them for your cards, for your letters, if I tried calling you. Please, just ask them. Whether it's now or in 10 years. The one thing I need you boys to know is I did not abandon you. I did not just walk out of your lives one day to never return, to never call, to never show up. Regardless of what anyone tells you, I would never ever leave you boys. And I am so sorry if for even 1 second you thought that I did. If for even 1 second you thought that I didn't love you. Because that couldn't be further from the truth. You boys are my world. The reason I continue to wake up every day and fight to come home. You're my reason for living. I understand that you're in a difficult situation, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I understand you guys have been through an extremely difficult time this past 4 years. You should never have to deal with such tragedy, and I am so, so sorry that you were going through this. You boys have the right to be angry, and sad and confused, feel in survival mode, have questions, all of this is completely valid. Your feelings are completely valid. And one day when this is all over, we can sit down and talk about all of this.
We can sit down and talk
sort it
about all
out.
this. Oh, Lord.
And I promise you boys, one day it will be over. I'm not perfect. I have succeeded and I have failed. As a person, as a wife, as a parent, we all do. I have done plenty of things I am not proud of. Some I regret, some I don't. Some I'm ashamed of, and some I'm not. I regret things I have done right in my life to later find out they were for the wrong people. I have said things I shouldn't have. I've done things I shouldn't have. Sometimes I haven't said what I should or not meant what I did say. There are things I can't change and long overdue apologies that I owe. There are would'ves and could'ves and should'ves. We all have them.
It sounds like the type of speech you give like when you're retiring. Like you then had a 20, 30-year career and now you're retiring. Like, oh, you know, there's things I would have done different. There's things I wouldn't. It was a pleasure working with you guys. You guys are amazing. Like, what the hell is she talking about? You murdered your husband. You killed him. What's wrong with you?
We have all done them. And you boys will too one day, but in your own way. And that's okay. That's life, and we're human. Nobody is all good or all bad. We just get portrayed that way. You're going to succeed and achieve amazing things in this life. You're also going to make mistakes and fail at some things. But use those opportunities to grow and to learn. They do not define you, and don't ever let other people make you think that they do. We are not defined by our best or our worst moments. We fall somewhere in the middle, ever evolving, and you boys are ever evolving. Secrets diminish self-respect. They lose trust. They make us lose ourselves. I fell in love with someone who wasn't your dad. Your dad fell in love with someone who wasn't me. I did things behind your dad's back. He did things behind mine. Don't keep secrets.
There's no evidence he did anything behind your back. And even if he did, he had every right to do it because you was trying to poison him and kill him. You stealing money from your own husband. He wasn't doing nothing like what you was doing with your cucks. Your whole team of cucks.
Always put your spouse first. Your dad and I didn't always do this, but don't be like us in that aspect. We made mistakes that I know I regret, and I'm sure if he were here today, he would say that there are a few things he regrets as well. Marriage is hard. Marriage takes work. Marriage takes love. Big love. Deep love. And you may think about divorce and you will have fights, but then you will make up and you will forgive each other. Because when your love is enough, your love keeps you together. Your love is all you need to ignore the noise. And your love never fails. Sometimes your dad would want to throw in the towel on our marriage, or I would want to throw in the towel on our marriage. But we never did. We always found our way back to each other. I would pick up his towel, or he would pick up mine. We'd hand them back to each other and start again.
Oh, my wife never pick up my towel. She just be looking at it like pick that shit up, bro. I'm not your maid.
Because our love never failed.
They picking up towels.
We stopped keeping track of each other's wrongdoings, and we forgave, and we moved on, and we loved. And if I had to relive all of those hard days all over again, I would do it without question.
Why you stooping Josh? She over there stooping Josh, saying they forgave each other. She's a liar.
Your dad and I
Yo, somebody said she had a ghostwriter for this one too.
were a lot of things. a mess of sorts sometimes. But we were this crazy, beautiful mess that made us a family because our love was enough. Our hard days never outweighed our good days. Our weak moments never outweighed our most memorable happy days. We always laughed more than we cried.
You guys want the hell no button?
Oh, hell no!
We failed at some things, but we never failed at loving you boys.
But the thing is, she offered for money that wasn't even enough to make her financially sound because she was in debt way more than what she got in insurance. Now, I'm pretty sure she probably had an LLC, so she could have filed for bankruptcy, and maybe that wouldn't have touched her personal assets. But the amount of money that she got from the insurance wasn't even covering all of the debts and liabilities that she personally owned. It really was a wash. It wasn't really worth it. Big shout out to H10. $5 super chat says she is telling the whole world that she will continue to stalk and harass her sons, even if they block her. Not sure if she's too smart to say. Yeah, and the funny thing is when you are incarcerated, they have the ability to restrict that content. And if they find out that you're contacting these boys through a third party, like you're getting another inmate who's not on the block list to write a letter to the sons or make phone calls to the sons, she's going to get put in solitary confinement. And I've seen that happen when I worked for the prison system. You had guys in a box for months and years because they keep violating these no contact orders. And so they strip away their ability to make phone calls, write letters, the whole nine. They monitor what letters they can write. And, you know, they put you in solitary. So she's not going to have contact with these boys because the moment that they report her, she's going to be placed in a box. Let's keep going.
Our love was enough to make our house a home. Our love was enough to stay together, to raise you boys. Our love was enough to forgive each other when others said that we shouldn't. To do things for each other others may disagree with. Our love was enough to protect each other, even though it may cost us everything. Love can make you lose yourself. Sometimes it makes you do things you know you shouldn't, but knowing it's not wrong at the same time. Because your spouse is your person, your love is enough. One day, you will meet someone and fall in love and understand that just your love is enough. Enough to withstand everything else. The noise of the world, the obstacles, the trials of marriage, the heartache, bad choices, forgiveness. You will understand your love is enough and your love never fails. Don't worry about what others think about your relationship. Don't worry if they would do things differently. You just love. And you love big, and you love deep, and you protect your love. Your dad and I didn't have it all together. Together we really did have it all. Because we had you three. Don't let anyone choose the direction of your life by their opinions and their judgments. Being able to hold yourself together in the worst of situations doesn't make you emotionless. Separating personal and business life and emotions doesn't make you unreasonable. Resentment can get the best of others. Don't let it get the best of you. People will always have a lot to say about lives they've never lived. Live your life the way you choose to live it. Just be safe and be healthy and be happy. That's all that matters. Sometimes people will want you to believe that life is simply black and white. That situations are black and white, but they're not. Life, situations, they are full of color. At the very least, shades of gray. Always question the color.
Why are you guys calling her a twat waffle? What is that? Why is it like she got all types of sauces on top of her waffle? I mean, she did have a lot of cucks certainly. They're like vultures. Like, what is a twat waffle? What is that?
even if you're only questioning the gray areas. Keep an open mind, question situations, and stay curious.
So H. Chang with 5.2 says, I'm learning so much on how to love and be charitable from this woman. Why? You're just going to do the opposite? Like, pretty much, she's like the template. Do the opposite of what she does in everything. Business, love, devotion, whatever, parenting, motherhood, it doesn't matter. Just do the opposite of Kouri Richins. Like, she had no redeeming qualities other than the fact that she was mildly pretty when she put on foundation. Take the foundation off and she was a plain Jane. She was mildly pretty with foundation. That is her only redeeming quality. Everything else about her, including her booty, was like negative, okay? Like, come on. Do the opposite of Kouri Richins. They should teach her in school. Like, grade schoolers, instead of like home ec, they should have Kouri Richins ec. Like, go to that class, study her, and do the opposite of what she does.
You'll have some people in your life tell you how their love for you is unconditional. But once your most private life has been revealed, you quickly find out just how conditional their love actually was. Choose the people you hold close to your heart wisely. And always be the friend that walks into somebody's life when everyone else chooses to walk out. Always remember, the only people you owe your loyalty to are those people who never made you question theirs. Every day you wake up, you get a second chance at life. To do whatever you want. Be whoever you want. To succeed in all your dreams. Take the day and run with it. It's a blessing. Don't take it for granted. Sometimes you'll have hard
Now it sounds like a graduation speech. Like, seize the moment. Keep pushing forward and seize the moment.
days when all you want to do is count all the ways things are going wrong or have gone wrong in your life.
They said she's a Jodi Arias 2.0. Now, there's something about Jodi that she just had a nasty pretty. She was just a nasty pretty. I think she's prettier than this lady. You know, the crazy. She had a nasty, crazy pretty.
In that moment, stop. Take a minute. Take a step back. Take a breath. And switch your thinking to count all the ways that it has gone right. All the good that has come to you, boys. All the grace, the blessings, and the love. Remember that anyone can give up on something. That's the easy way out. True strength comes when everyone is expecting you to fall apart, but you hold it together, persevering through the hardest of times. Always persevere. Always prove them wrong. Because you boys don't give up, and you boys will never quit. There's always going to be someone out there ready to tear you down, misrepresent you, lie about you, tell half-truths, and judge you. They will judge you on decisions you do or don't make, what you did or didn't do, what you did or didn't say. They will take out of context and twist your words.
All right, this is a very long allocution. All right, so we started off with like a football pep rally. Then we got like a business seminar, you know, pyramid scheme, one of those, you know, prepaid lawyer type things, you know, whatever, Mary Kay speech. Then she went to like a graduation speech. Somebody said the wake is coming and the funeral's coming. Like, we getting every type of speech on the planet. Like, where are we going with this?
They will judge you on your emotions or the way you grieve. You may show too much emotion. You may not show enough. They will tell you you're not grieving correctly. You're too angry. You're too sad. You're holding it together too well or not well enough. Or maybe you're too ambitious. They will judge you on your demeanor. If you cry, if you don't cry, if you don't do anything at all. And all of this will get misinterpreted into something that it's not, formed by the opinions of who's ever creating it. And then silence is also too often misinterpreted and misjudged. But when people behave that way, it has much more to do with them personally than it does you. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't make it true. Remember who you are and what you stand for, the truth, and ignore the noise. Ignore their noise. Ignore their egos, their entitlement, and their biased judgment. Those who abuse the power and the positions they hold will have a higher power to report to one day, and that higher power holds the final truth, their final truth. Don't ever let someone tell you how to show emotion, how you're supposed to react to any given situation. Don't care what others think about you, what others say about you, just let them talk. Just be you, be yourself, be authentic, be genuine. Because those who truly know you, who truly love you, is all you need. Forgive those who turn their back on you, but never forget. Don't hold hate in your heart toward others. It only brings you down more than it does them. Apologize when you're wrong.
Ooh, she got me
Even if
yawning.
that
This is
apology
boring.
long overdue.
I don't think we can make it through this, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. And like, I have to get my son at 3:35. That's when we kind of start lining up. The parents who are picking the kids up and not bringing them on the bus. And I'm like, yo, I could rock this out, because my son's school's not far. And we could play this and then call. I don't think I can make it. I'm like falling asleep. Oh, I just had a Red Bull and I'm yawning. I had a Red Bull. This is too insufferable. And I don't want to do her justice and put her entire speech up on my channel. I changed my mind. I digress. I have buyer's remorse. Play button remorse. I'm not doing it. She's nasty. She's crazy. Before we go, though, like, did her family speak? Did we hear from those nut jobs? Research crew, private chat. Did we hear from her family, those nut jobs? They had to be nut jobs if they made her. She killed the man's kids, and then she wants to dictate who those kids go with. No! They're going to his family, not yours. Your family made you. H10, $2 super chat said, he must be loving this. She spoke for 47 minutes. She loved it. She was the center of attention. Aki says she blamed the jury. Oh my God. Scrappy in the building. What up, Scrappy? How you doing? So he says, yes, 1 second. Oh my God. We're going to have to listen to her family now. Yeah, all right, we'll listen to it for a little bit. I'm a captive audience until 3:30. Then I'm out of here. I got to go get my son. Unbelievable. We're waiting for the link. We'll go listen and see what her family has to say. Someone says, can you do Valerie Marquez case? I think I heard of that one. It's unsolved. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. We can't cover everything, but we love suggestions, so we appreciate you giving a suggestion. We can't cover everything. Some cases are just so complex. Like, if you didn't jump in from day one, it's hard to jump in. Let's see here. Obsidian. Check out this video. Her brother, his speech. Oh boy.
I'd like to address
the board with Why is he speaking?
I love you.
Why is he speaking? Hold on here. No, something's playing. There you go. Why is this guy speaking? You know what your sister did to that man. Why? You better be saying you want justice. You want justice for her husband.
Sister, I love you. I miss you. I miss her random banter. I miss her calls.
Oh, we covered that one. That's the one that was killed by the Mexican mafia people. We did cover that. I think that's the one. That's what Elvira is talking about. We covered that case already. So I apologize. I even played it too. Sucks. It's definitely a sad case. It's a Mexican mafia thing. It's crazy. She was dating a Mexican mafia guy, and then she tried to leave him, and he said he spent too much money on her because he bought her body and all that stuff. She was a hairdresser. And then he ordered a hit, and they killed her. It's never going to be solved because Mexico is corrupt as hell. Half the politicians in Mexico is corrupt. They're in the hands of the Mexican mafia. So they know exactly who did it. We all know who did it. He spoke about it. He said he killed her. And he'll never be brought to justice. Why? Because they own the government out there. Let's keep going.
I miss your constantly over-the-top positive attitude every time we speak. I miss our game nights. I miss our stupid finger gun dance after we won a game. I miss our holidays. I miss you sending the boys to wake me up on Christmas morning.
Man, why are we hearing from this dude? Big shout out to Hal 9000. It's been a gajillion years, Hal. Welcome back to the chat, man. We appreciate you.
Way too early after we stayed up way too late preparing Christmas for them so that it'd be absolute perfect. I miss our Sundays together. I miss arguing with the boys about who's better, Messi or Ronaldo, Brady or Rogers. I miss our backyard games. I miss me and the boys running all over you at sports in the backyard and Eric getting mad because you weren't competitive enough and you were really just out.
OB said that if Aki commit a crime, will I speak for mitigation defense case? Nah, I'm going to be covering it. We are two crime strategic guys. We're covering the murder case of Aki the axe murderer. We're going to get some clicks and views out of this, Aki. We'll do an interview with you. Let me stop. I'd be very sad. I just wouldn't talk about it. We just pretend like Aki don't exist.
There to have fun and laugh. I miss you constantly luring me into your newest ideas and getting me excited about them. I miss vacationing. I miss family volleyball. I miss playing Madden and FIFA with Eric and the boys. I miss your stupid goats. I miss the soccer games and the celebrations we created for the boys after they scored a goal. I miss Carter's smile and his obsession with goat videos. Ashton's freckles and his competitiveness, and Weston's baby blues and tenderheartedness. I miss hearing them say Wani and playing catch in your living room. I miss your family. I miss our family. I miss the life that was stolen. I miss the life that was stolen from us for reasons that we can't yet fully.
All of these guys are cucks, man. They're all like real weak men. Listen to how this guy's talking. All of these guys are really weak, low testosterone dudes. The only man that existed in this whole community is the one that was killed. The one who went out there and worked and made wealth for his family and saved this woman from cleaning houses and waiting tables and gave her a life she probably never would have got without him. She was destined to be a trailer park baby mama. And then he found her, saved her from the mundanity of her life, and gave her a life she never deserved. And she killed him for it. That is the only man that I've seen so far in this entire community. All of these dudes that are connected to this woman are cucks. They're all weak, low testosterone men. Listen to this dude. This is crazy.
I understand. We don't with 100% certainty know what happened, Eric. No one does, but we do know with 100% certainty that it wasn't caused by you. We know that. Police know it. The prosecution knows it. And everyone watching this trial knows it.
Oh my God.
They could not prove their theory. Just the opposite, and yet here we are. For some reason, unbeknownst to us, really bad things happen to really good people, Kouri, and you were just really too good of a person.
You really believe that, dude?
I promised Dad a long time ago.
Wow.
That I'd always look after you, Mom, and I intend on keeping that promise.
Somebody give me the video where where Richins' sister is talking positive about Eric. I gotta redeem this family before I get out of here. Because we're gonna do another live tonight on Julio Fulio, but I'm gonna be busy for like most of the day, so we're not gonna be doing live until late. Late tonight, we'll do another live, and then I gotta go down to the office. I don't know if I'm gonna go late night tonight or early in the morning tomorrow. I gotta get equipment because I gotta go do that special assignment. I was telling you guys, my boss just notified me. I just thought about that. I don't have my equipment in the house. I left my gun belt in the damn office. Oh, now I gotta go all the way to work, get my equipment to come back home again. These people, man. Boy. All right. Get me the video where the sister talks positive about Eric, the husband, who's the decedent. I have to redeem this family because this family is diabolical. The Richins family is diabolical. Let's let this cuck talk just a little bit more, and then we're going to go over to the sister where there might be some reason left. I haven't heard it, but hopefully there's somebody with common sense left in this family.
We'll get through this together. And the injustice that's occurred here in this courtroom, it'll be righted in time. Your innocence will shine too brightly to be contained.
She's probably stooping her brother. I bet you this is Utah too, right? You know there's some incest in this Utah. Shoot, that's... Let's keep going.
You actually had a fair shot at defending yourself. When the day comes, I just know somehow that you're going to change a lot of lives that really need your help. And until then, little sister, just know. Just know that I'm right by your side. I'll always be right here for you. I love you.
Oh boy, that's nasty. It's nasty love. Oh my gosh. Let's keep going. It's nasty love.
Okay, good morning.
It's not real love. Real love is, sis, will never forget all the good times we spent together, but you did something horrible and you're gonna have to pay for it. I always love you. You know, we're not talking about, let's not talk about Aki, but I'm not gonna stop loving my sister if she decide to just turn all axe murdery. I don't know, she got she do got some of the tendencies of an axe murderer. You guys should see like the list of people that we blocked. She got the spreadsheet. Only an axe murderer would keep a spreadsheet. We all got to watch Aki with a side eye. I'm not going to stop loving her. That's my sister, man. You know, I got age on her. I changed her diapers. I wiped the poopies out of her booty. All right? That's my sister. I'll still love her. I'll call her. I'll send her care packages. But I'm not going to pretend like she didn't turn all axe murdery and killed a whole bunch of people. God forbid. So I'll say, listen, this is not the person that I knew, not the person that I helped raise as a big brother. I knew her to be a beautiful person, but apparently something happened and she went crazy. She's got to face man's justice.
Oh my God.
I will always love you, but you got to face man's justice.
Oh my God.
And then I'll send you some commissary while you facing man's justice.
Oh my God.
There you go. You could love her, but still acknowledge the fact that she did something horrible. But anyway, let's see if the sister has something redeeming about her.
So as you know, I'm Katie, and I'm Eric's sister. To begin, there are a multitude of people who deserve credit and appreciation. Law enforcement agencies across the state of Utah, the Summit County Prosecutor's Office, the Medical Examiner's Office, expert witnesses who worked hand in hand with law enforcement, Eric's friends, Eric's co-workers, my friends and my family, our entire team of lawyers and experts in the civil lawsuit. There are far too many people to mention by name, and I suspect if I try to, I will inadvertently leave someone out. But
wait, is this Eric's sister or is this Kouri Richins' sister? Which sister? This is Eric's. I thought it was Kouri Richins' sister that said something nice. Because I'm like, this looked like Eric's sister. Says his other sister made me cry. So did anybody in the Darden family say something good about Kouri? About Eric? That's my question. Because you guys follow this trial. I did not. Did anybody in Kouri Richins' family say something positive about Eric? That's what I want to know. All right, we're gonna play Eric's sister. So, but I thought this was gonna be Kouri Richins' sister, but this is Eric's sister. So of course, we know that she's gonna say something positive about her brother because she loved her brother. Her brother was a positive person. Let's keep going.
please know that this would not be possible without
People
your
say they stress him. I'm not gonna miss picking up my boy. Y'all crazy this early. Listen, we got this. It take 2 seconds to get to his school. You know what I mean? I would not be late to pick up my boy for nobody. Aki in the private chat, like, you're confusing yourself. You know, you confusing me. You confusing me. This is Eric's sister. I get it now. You guys confuse me. Fire the research crew. Fire the moderators. We need new research crew, new moderators. They confused me.
efforts, your support, and the strength of the community that has stood beside us. Both my family and I are forever grateful to each of you. I am also very grateful to you, Your Honor, to this court for the dignified manner in which it presided over the trial, and to the members of the jury for faithfully performing their civic duties. Today is Eric's birthday. I stand before you because he can't. He was taken away from my dad, my sister, his nieces, his friends, our community, and worst of all, from his 3 amazing sons. Sorry. He was taken away from us by a person he should have been able to trust. The person he should have trusted most in the world.
That's a
his
fact.
wife. It's impossible to fully describe
That's a
how
fact.
devastating Eric's death and Kouri's crimes have been to our family.
Yo, she want to look at her right now and say, you. He should have trusted you, you. I'm telling you, look at her. She just want to say the words. She want to say those words off the tip of her tongue. You.
Nearly every aspect of our lives has been permanently changed, and we have no choice.
Yo, if I had a wife that look at me the way that Kouri Richins be looking, I'm getting a divorce. Nah, yo, Your Honor, why are we getting a divorce right now? Look at her face, man. Look at her face. Your Honor, look at her face. Like she's putting a potty face like she's 5 years old. You're not 5, you're like 40. She got the potty face. Stop looking like that. What's wrong with you? That worked on them former meth addict dudes that she was dealing with the help. Josh Grossman, the help, the handyman. He didn't even have a license. He was a handyman. That worked on him. No, I want a divorce.
Changes, and with Eric's loss forever. Eric was a phenomenal brother, father, son, nephew, grandson, cousin, friend, and businessman. Eric and I were extremely close. We went through school together and navigated life side by side. Wherever Eric went, I was usually tagging along right behind. At school, Eric's nickname was Richie, and mine was Little Richie, a reflection on how inseparable we were. He wasn't just my brother. He was my constant, my protector, and one of my closest friends. Eric was the kind of father who anticipated his children's needs before they ever had to ask. He made sure they were always having fun, taught them how to be respectful and kind, and was constantly planning for their future.
Word.
His mind and heart was always on his boys, always. Everything he did was for them. Eric was the very best uncle. He made his nieces, my daughters, feel truly special.
That's what's up, man.
He always found ways to have fun with them. He doted on them with love and attention.
OB said that she's the one who's raising Eric's boys. That's beautiful. She's gonna treat them good. She's gonna treat them real good because they remind her of her brother. They are a part of her brother. She's gonna treat those boys real good. They're gonna have a good life.
Eric was an incredible son, always there for my
What time
parents,
is it?
stepping in without hesitation and helping in every way he could, without being asked.
All right, I got like 2-3 more minutes, so I'm just gonna go on a whim because this is 18 minutes, and I'm just gonna pick a spot in the middle, and we're gonna skip there. You guys could always go and listen to this on your own. I played the whole thing out of respect for her and her brother's legacy, but I don't have time. I have to get my son, so we're just gonna skip in the middle. Let's see what we get.
Despite her lies and fanciful public portrayal,
Wow.
she knows that none of Eric's assets are going to me, my dad, or my sister. In fact, she knows exactly where Eric wanted everything to go, and that is to his boys.
That's what's up.
And yet, for 4 years, she has aggressively tried to take their inheritance from them. Even now, despite erroneous debt, a murder conviction, and a string of pending felony financial charges, Kouri's civil lawsuits live on.
Wow.
Those lawsuits have been emotionally grueling, all-consuming, and unimaginably expensive.
I don't even understand like how we live in a country where somebody could be accused of all these things and still have the right to sue you. Accused of killing you for financial gain, then gets convicted for killing you of financial gain, and you still have space in civil court to make some type of argument that you deserve the ill-gotten gains that you murdered somebody for. That is just ridiculous in America. It's ridiculous. Like, it makes me think about, and I'm not trying to talk about other creators, right? We decide we're going to stay away from this, but a point is a point to me, no matter who the point is about. You look at JLR, who's currently going through all that stuff, and before he became JLR, the YouTuber, he sued so many times in federal prison that it took dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of fake lawsuits for them finally to brand him as this person who should be restricted from suing. He had to do it dozens and dozens and dozens. I don't know the exact number, but it's like more than 50 or something, like maybe over 100 lawsuits, maybe over 1,000. I don't know. OB will tell me in the chat. For the courts to finally say you can't file no more lawsuits unless you meet this high bar. And they still said he could. It's not that he can't, but he had to meet a high bar in order to be able to make a lawsuit. That's crazy. Look at Kouri Richins. Look what she did, and she still can sue. Doesn't make any sense, man.
And tragically, every dollar on those suits is a dollar that Eric's boys will not get.
Amen. That's true.
Of course, Kouri can't have other people or the public thinking that she's trying to take away her children's inheritance. So for the past 4 years, both in court and in the media, she has demonized and vilified me. She has hurled wild accusations in my direction, including that I hacked her bank accounts.
All right, gotta go. Got to go. Got to go. You guys are amazing. Somebody said 4,000-ish approximately. OB said that. Over 4,000 lawsuits, bro. Somebody said ask Plunder. Yeah, Plunder covering the crap out of that, bro. I love Plunder. One of my favorite channels. I always shout Plunder out. One of my favorite channels. I love her style. I like how she give it up. I love the hard work that she does. She's definitely one of my hashtag YouTube goalers. I love Plunder and I love Grizzly. Those are the two YouTubers I look up to the most when it comes to the true crime space. And then when it comes to like T, I love Lovely T and the Impressive Channel and the Pet T blog. I love when I want to get my tea, I get it from Lovely T, Pet T blog, and the Impressive Channel. When I want to be messy, I go over to TMZ. Yeah, I believe nothing that they say on TMZ, but if I just want to feel like I'm in a messy mood, I just go listen to they messy asses. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later, man. You guys are amazing. I go get my son. It's been a great live. We had a good time, man. It was almost like a members only live. We just very off the cuff, very just whatever today. It was interesting. It was hard to be serious with this monster, Kouri Richardson, in the background. God bless the sister of Eric, though, for doing so much for those beautiful kids. Anyway, I will see you guys later on tonight where we will talk about Julio Fulio. So research crew, get me some good videos on Julio Fulio, especially the videos where these thugs, these assassin thugs are crying. I want to play it for the whole world, for people to see that crime does not pay. These dudes thought that they were street warriors. And in the face of man's justice, they become little. That's right. Everybody's a little in the face of man's justice. I'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here. Peace.